ready with super blinding back pellets. Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
What is up, everybody? This is Batsman Fan. This is episode 97, and this episode is solely going to consist of things that are related to comic books, action figures, other type of comic book related material, and the framing and displaying of those items. So I have a lot of stuff to cover, so we got to get it going. Y'all know how I like to keep my videos less than 15 minutes. So let's start off with this one right here. And you're getting a little bit of a reflection right here because there's a dimple in the bubble. Excuse me. Good Lord, nearly forgot what the name of that was.
Me men are clever, goodness knows, but where the human brain is concerned, they're just not equipped.
But this is a CGA case. You can go online to eBay and just do CGA cases. I don't work for them. They're not paying me any money for this. But you can go on there and you can find cases for like Star Wars figures, Superpowers figures, and multiple other figures. They have a lot of different cases that they provide for your displaying of the action figures. One of the things I do like about this case is that it allows light in from multiple angles, so you get a prettier display and you're just looking at the action figure. You still you would need to get some type of a shelf or something like that to set this on and display it, but I do like that aspect of it. This size right here is going to run you about $38 plus $12, so $50 you can put into this. So the next case I have to show you, let me move this one out of the way and let me bring this one into the forefront. This is an 8x10. I believe this is an 8x10 case that I bought at Hobby Lobby. I spent, let me see if it's got the price on the back of here. It does. It is 24, you can see it right there, $24.99. It is an 8 by 10 inch case. You actually really have about a 7.5 inch by 9.5 inch interior room. It's an 8 by 10 case, but really it's about a 7.5 by 9.5 frame. I really like how this displays. At the price point of $24.99, every other week it's half off, or you can use your 40% off coupon, and then you can get this reduced down to what, $12.50. So you are way cheaper to be able to display your action figures this way. And plus, you've already got these built-in hooks too that you can hang it from. So that is definitely an added benefit, and you can turn that up just to be able to display it. So really cool. I've done Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batman, the Batman Adventures, like from the animated series. I framed one of those figures. There's just multiple options because these come in varying sizes, so you just need to measure your card. You also need to measure the depth of your bubble in the card, and then make sure those match up. But you can find this at Michael's, you can find it at Hobby Lobby, and it's a really nice way to display an action figure, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg either. Okay, so moving right along, I pulled this book and put it in a Mylar bag just to use this as a demonstration piece for how to frame your comic books. Some people don't want to go through the hassle of sending their books off to be CGC, PGX, CBCS, or whatever other grading companies there are out there. So I want you to know that you have some options on what you can do. You don't have to spend some of those expensive fees, and I've got a lot of graded books, but you don't have to spend that money to be able to still properly display this this beautiful comic book. So all you need is an 8.5 by 11 frame. This is going to be like a like your document type of frame. Hey, I got my degree in this, or whatever type of certificate. It's whatever you could print out of a copier, and it would go right into there. So with saying all that, you've got options now, because in an 8.5-inch by 11 frame, sorry for the shakiness of this table, you have multiple backgrounds that you can get. Like you could use this. You go into the scrapbooking part of Michaels or Hobby Lobby, and you look for different backgrounds. Like this background right here is like a charcoal gray. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to take this apart, and then I will put the comic book in there just to sort of give you an idea of what it looks like in there. Okay, so here's one of the ways to do it. Now, I'm not doing it for this. I took the backing board out of some other comics that I've done this with. I'm just trying to give you an example of how to do this. You want Mylar though. For those of you that will have windows to your man caves, or you have external light coming in, get Mylar bags. That will protect it from fading, and it will display just like this for years to come. The books that I've had in my office have been displayed like this in Mylar bags for 5 years or so now, and they still look just like the day I bought them. Let me show you those real quick. So one of the other key things you're going to need double-sided tape. You're going to use this double-sided tape to be able to lay this on different parts of your page here, and then you are just going to put the Mylar with no backing board on the actual background. So I didn't push this back all the way on there, but there's another, there's a look at what that would look like with like your gold background. But let me show you some other stuff that I framed. I'm just trying to give you all as much information as I can on how to display your comic books without breaking the bank. This frame right here, it only costs $4 every other week at Hobby Lobby. It's half off. Scrapbooking sheet, every other week I think it's half off. Now I will say with this frame, you're going to have to figure out how to mount the hardware to be able to properly display this. That is the only downside on this, but it is not hard to do. I just wanted you to know that going in. Oh, and before I do, y'all seen that really long frame that I had? I did the same thing on that big long frame that I did on this. All I did was I took a theme, like you've seen the Fantastic Four theme, you've seen the Avengers theme. This is the frame I'm talking about, Alex the Comic Book Order, for that the new Fallen Sun books you've got. You can get 4, you could maybe cram 5 in there, but I really like the looks of 4 of the books. I'm not sure how many's in that run, but you can use that one really long frame to be able to display up to 4 comic books. And I just took the 8.5 by 11 sheets, just like this, and then put like photo corners on each corner, made sure I had all my spacing correct, and put those in there, and then I displayed the comic book just the same way that I did this. Okay, this was part of my Batman 66 framing that I've done.
Quick! Everyone, flee for your lives!
Emergency. Batman speaking. Warning all of you to brace yourselves for big news.
The biggest.
Tell them, Robin.
Holy superlatives, Batman! It's really exciting.
And y'all saw the pack that I had last week, where it comes with the I'll just show you a little snippet right here of what I'm talking about. Okay, so y'all saw right there that this is something I got recently. This is a couple years old, but I just bought it as brand new. It comes with the Batman, the Bat Belt, and it also comes with one Batarang. The Batarang is a dark blue color, and you can clearly tell that the Bat Belt is a bright yellow. So I wanted to be able to frame both the Batarang and the Bat Belt. So what I did is I went to Michael's for this one, and I bought this 4-way adjustable shadow box by Studio Decor, and it cost $11.50 after I got it for half off. And this one really gave me a lot of options for how I could frame this. So it comes with these black inserts. Okay, so what I did was I chose my background. You see this white brick. I looked at the possibility of doing like a dark yellow background or a light yellow background, but I really just settled into really liking this white brick background. So that's exactly what I did. So what I did first was I took one of these, there's multiple of these little frame things in there, so I put one in first. Then I took straws, okay, just your regular run-of-the-mill straw, and I used a blue one because it blends in better, and I don't even know that you can see the straws are in there. So I set a straw down on each side, and then I put the tip of the Batarang down into the straw, and that holds it in beautiful, perfect place. What I did was I measured off on how long the straw needed to be, and then just to make it look center and make it look good. So then I put another one of these in behind it, and then finally I put the background in there. Another beautiful thing about a 12 by 12 frame, folks, is they make these scrapbooking pages that you can just slip right in there, and you've got an automatic, no hassle type of background. And in some of these you can even find superhero themed pages, but I just really liked how this Batarang looked on the white brick background. The next, I bought a baseball bat display case. This run me $30, and this can be used for multiple things. I'm using it to display a bat belt and an action figure and a graded Batman like 1966 card. You can use this for your like amiibos, your Funko Pops. Multiple things can fit in these cases, but let's just take a look at what this looks like. This is a $30 case, and it looks like this. And then there's multiple ways to set lights up in here. It's just a really cool, and this sort of looks, it's got the plastic to cover the metal, but once I finally get the man cave done, which, hey, here's an early video of the man cave. So once I get the man cave done, this will be prominently displayed in my man cave, and will be just really, I think, cool. It'll go really well with my Captain America shield and my Iron Man helmet. So just a really cool setup. This just lifts straight up, and I've put a piece of styrofoam block in behind the belt right here to be able to push that to the forefront. But just a really cool setup. And I just bought this Batman Superpowers figure on eBay for $30, and it looks really good in there. That displays well. He probably won't be displayed in here, but I will probably just end up putting this other Batman card in there. So let's look at one more item, and then this video is over. Okay, the final thing I got done. Thank you, Alex the comic book hoarder, for giving me this idea. This is Batman, like the Saturday dailies that come out, and I had these matted and framed. There's 5 individual pieces, and it spans from Saturday, January the 27th, and then runs the complete month of February in 1968. Just really, really cool. Really, really love how this turned out and displayed. I went with a very dark matte so that you could really just see the artwork just jump off of the frame. And this is the same frame that I use whenever I am displaying you know, the themed comic books. This is the same frame. I just flip it on its side and then run the 1, 2, 3, 4 comics across it. So thank y'all very much. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. That's all, folks.